She began to hump the side of the couch, down his botches, revealing his large member. Remember, Mr. Donald is a duck. Ducks don't have members, but that's neither here nor there, babe. Gary, hot, sticky, slimy, smelly, slim, running down her back. Like the gag, it's going in his mouth, right? There's no other holes. There's no other holes we could be referring to, right? Right? Victor smoothly zipped down Gru's sweater, revealing his bare chest. Fuck! Victor said, and the only sane thing to do is call Patrick so they could gang her body. Victor's was hard and erect, the veins popping out. You might want to get that checked out, to be honest. He started to scissor my hole to stretch like this. Like this? This what we're doing? But let us never forget, it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean. If he got a big boy, what are you finna do with that big boy beside to look at it? Sometimes bigger is not better. Sometimes we need to live minimalistically. I already can't fucking do this. Okay. Highly requested. But first, hi! We can't be that loud. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I know I said I was gonna stop doing this, but I can't, so I shan't. I won't, so I shan't. Today, I know y'all was feeling the last one. I know you was feeling the last one. And it's late at night, so of course we're reading some stories. Today, we are reading more Wattpad fanfictions. Now, I know we was hitting it with the weird stuff last time. And I was like, Anya, what is this? I found more weird stuff tonight. So that's what we finna get into. Because one thing we don't do over here is boring. And y'all know that. Y'all know we always gotta add a little spice, something nice to the mix. But yes, I have 3 stories for y'all today. And it's finna be good. And these are your bedtime stories, because after this I want you to go take a nap. And I want you to wake up refreshed and ready to start your day. Period. Let's get into the first story. First and foremost, I would like to say this. Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't write this. You know what I'm saying? The story is literally titled Sandy and Gary. Okay, let's get to reading, all right? It was a wet morning, as it always is. Sandy was watching special films on SpongeBob couch, like 90s movies. I like the occasional 90s as well. She began to hump the side of the couch. The thought of Gary, hot, sticky, slimy, smelly, slim, running down her back. She became desperate. She humped the couch. Gary, SpongeBob snail, you gotta remember that part, moved past the couch meowing. I don't want no ravioli, bitch, he meowed. She had an excellent idea, one where only the smartest of people would think of. She grabbed the big bag of toys with whips and gag balls. She shoved the tiny slim ball in Gary's mouth and wiped him. What? Ugh, fuck me, shoddy. Sandy screamed. Gary let out a loud meow! Sandy continued to whip Gary, causing a crack in his sexy ass shell. His shell cracked into the 2 large pieces, revealing his nasty, wrinkly, slimy ass. Which looked like a scrotum shell. Sandy almost vomited all over Gary, but she swallowed it because a real woman would never spit. Where's your mother? Was she with you when you wrote this? No? Okay. She began to rub Gary's tiny, slimy, what the fuck? To rub Gary's tiny, slimy, baked bean, chicken noodle soup looking ass. It was so small, she could barely even hold the tiny wrinkled. She began to suck and slurp on the snail's. I can't keep saying this word. You two gonna take my money. So juicy, it was almost as juicy as Nicki Minaj's discharge. She thought to herself. She sucked that Peter Weeder like there was no tomorrow. She grabbed his Cocker Spaniel and ripped it right out of his shell and grabbed a gag ball and shoved it into Gary's tight hole. By hole, I'm hoping you mean mouth. Right? Like the gag, it's going in his mouth, right? There's no other holes. There's no other holes we could be referring to, right? Right? She started to use his ripped off as a mungo jumbo 900,000 foot extra special limited edition. You have too much time on your hands. I swear to God. It felt nice, but she wanted more. So she grabbed SpongeBob's taser and she shoved it up her tight, juicy, voluptuous, you love that motherfucking word, wet, drenched pocket. This is out of pocket. This is that's out of pocket. You're going to hell. The smell was unbearable. It smelled like cooked squirrels. She grabbed the closest knife and began to saw off her cooked meat and seasoned it with all her favorite seasonings. She put some Old Bay on that motherfucker. Okay, let me stop. Let me get it, because that's fish seasoning. Okay, never mind. That's not funny. She threw the decaying meat into a frying pan as her bled out. When her yummy coochie dinner was ready, she served it in Gary's shell with a little extra meat of his. She ate all the food before you could say howdy. It says howdy in caps. I want to talk to your therapist, because I know you have one. I know you have a therapist. I want to talk to her immediately, because she knows what's going on in here more than I do. I think I get an idea here. Does your mother know about this? Does your grandmother know? Does Nana know? Does Nana know about this? She doesn't, does she? You at her house eating warm oatmeal chocolate chip cookies while she watching her soaps, while she watching Jeopardy, Family Feud. Does she know you're writing this while you're sitting next to her? While she watches her TV on her nice little box TV, because you know she's old, she doesn't have a flat screen, she likes the old school stuff. Will she pull out her flip phone so she can call your great uncle because he's sick and you're sitting next to her on your iPad typing stuff like this? Does she know what you're doing? Will you lie until you're writing homework papers? Is this what you're doing? Nana's disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm gonna call your Nana, because someone needs to call her. Her coochie was bleeding everywhere, but she didn't care because it was some good ass, juicy ass, tender. It says tender. Wow. Ass meat. She died after bleeding out from her. SpongeBob arrived home to the sight of his dead snail and the love of his life dead on the ground. It's got really sad really fast. He fell to the ground in agony, but he has always loved her, and the only sane thing to do is call Patrick so they could gang her body. Let us pray. Jesus, may you bless whatever touched soul wrote this. They're into some real kinky, freaky shit. And I understand. I too be into some kinky, freaky shit. But this is just out of pocket. Out of pocket, kinky, freaky shit. And you know, I don't kink shame, but I do be kink shaming. And I am kink shaming, Lord. Bow your head and close your eyes. I'm talking to you. And may you bless the viewers, because this unholy sight is sending everyone that's watching this to hell. Oh my God. Patrick arrived, so they made sure to wear condoms. Well, you know, safe sex is great. So there was no cross-contamination. I like your style, bud. I like your style, bud. SpongeBob began to slowly insert his giant, juicy, veiny into Sandy while Patrick the shit out of Sandy's asshole. They both let out a huge soaring moan. The whole bikini bottom could hear the loud moan. It was so pleasurable. They both let out a fat, juicy jelly nut. The cum was everywhere, and the house looked as if it was a cum palace. After they both finished coming, Patrick started up the barbecue, and they ate the remains of her body, seasoning it with their cum. The end. I don't have much to speak on after reading that, but I'm gonna say it like this: no more SpongeBob stories. Y'all don't get any more. Y'all don't get any more after this. Next story. Here's story number 2. Do not judge me. I feel the judgment coming through, but I'm gonna need you to like suck it back in, because you don't even know what I'm about to say. Because you know I'm always pulling out the tricks. You know, the hat is always filled with a bunch of rabbits, or in this case mice. So yeah, the second story is about Mickey Mouse. I know what we're all thinking. Anya, how did you find it? Mind your business and listen to this story. So we have a Mickey Mouse fan fiction. Shall we get into it? It says Mickey's POV. Okay. It was a normal day at school until I got to my last period of the day. My teacher's the worst. He is Mr. Donald. He has anger issues, and when I say they're bad, they are. One time a kid sneezed and he got in trouble for it. True story, I sneezed in class and then got in trouble for it. By the way, This happened a few years ago, so it's okay. I don't have corona yet. Keyword yet. I low-key want corona so I can die. Little note from the author. So I went into my class and I sat down at my seat, and there was a few others in the class, so it wasn't as awkward. After the bell rang, everyone was already in their seats, scared of what he would say if they weren't. Later during class, I softly sneezed. It was as soft as the kitten, but somehow he heard it and gave me detention, and that's how I'm here in detention, doing work while he's grading papers. Detention, this is kinky. Kinky boots. We love a nice teacher. We don't love a nice teacher fantasy. But, you know, let us not lie. Some of us love a good teacher fantasy. We do. We do. Mr. Wilson, your algebra teacher, we all know he's fine. We all know he's fine, but, you know, we don't even need to speak on that. Period. I looked up at him and then noticed how hot he is. It was time for him to pass out the test that was from last week. When he got to my desk, he slammed the paper down and said in a stern voice,
"You can do better than that, Mr. Mouse. Meet me after class."
"Yes, sir," I said quickly. Once class was over and everyone was out of the classroom, I went over to his desk as he told me to. When I got there, he told me to stand in front of him. So I went beside the desk to stand directly in front of him without the desk there. When I got there, he pulled me into his lap. Ooh, I like that. Take initiative. Yes, pull me. Pull me to you. I got scared and started to squirm like this. No doubt. No doubt, no doubt. And I felt something big hit my ass. Ooh, not shabooty, not shabooty. Oh. At that point, I noticed he had a and I started to get hard too. Then I started to grind on his hard on until he grabbed my hips, directing me to stop. When he did that, so did I. He soon pulled my pants off after fiddling with the zipper and buttons for a while. Ooh, yes, we love a good struggle. I like that. I like that. Once he got them off, I pulled at the hem of his pants, wanting him to take them off, so he did. We're nude in school. Once they were off, I got on my knees and pulled down his boxer, revealing his large member. Remember, Mr. Donald is a duck. Ducks don't have members, but that's neither here nor there, babe. I love the imagination, though. I love where we're going. I stared at it in awe. He had at least 10 inches. See, some of y'all be lying and saying y'all want it big, but let us never forget, it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean. If he got a big boy, what are you finna do with that big boy beside to look at it? Sometimes bigger is not better. Sometimes we need to live minimalistically. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want it up here when y'all really need it right here. So never try to live above your means. Word of the day. You know, just a little tidbit for me. I started to lick the tip of his member, slowly going down his long shaft. I went back to the tip and started to suck on it. Wait. Started to suck on it, tasting his salty pre. It took me at least 3 tries to read. That's ridiculous. I started to put more of his member in my mouth until I couldn't fit anymore inside. Like I said, don't live up your means. See, you was talking about this 10. You was talking about this 10. Well, you can't even put it all in. See, that's what I'm saying. See, 10 can't go all in. 5 is just fine. I should be a poet. Maya Angelou, watch your back. He bit his bottom lip, trying to suppress his moans. After a few minutes of this, he pulled me off and bent me over his desk, my ass facing him. Ah, kinky. He pushed 2 fingers into my mouth and said sternly, "Suck." Don't make me fucking suck your fingers. Where have your hands been? You washed some hoes? Right, nasty ass. After getting his fingers all slick with my saliva, he pulled them out and pulled my boxer down, revealing my ass. He pushed 1 finger inside my gaping hole. Why is your hole gaping? Why do we have gaping holes? Why are our holes gaping? 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 Gaping. After a few seconds, he pushed another finger in, slowly thrusting them in and out of my hole. Ouch! He started to scissor my hole to stretch like this. Like this? This is what we're doing? To stretch me out. After a few minutes, he decided it was stretched enough. He took his fingers out and lined his tip up with my hole, slowly pushing it in. He soon pushed his entire member in, then stopped moving so it could get used to his size. And after a little, I nodded as to say it was fine. So he started to thrust into me. I started to moan loudly, so he covered my mouth to muffle my moans. Again, did you wash your funky ass hands? You probably fucking didn't. He started to thrust faster until he made me, you know. you know, very quickly. After a little while, he came deep inside of me. I hope you take a shit after that. I would say pee, but we're talking about your ass here. He sat there for a minute and then he pulled out, leaving a string of remnants, juices, if you will, from my hole to the tip of his little thingy thing. Got cleaned up and carried me bridal style to his car, opened the door and buckled me in and closed the door. He went to his side and did the same for himself. He drove me home and then left to his own house. The end. I'm not reading no more stories to y'all. Like, this is ridiculous. Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Teacher student style. On the desk with it. Gaping holes. Saliva. We're sucking fingers. Hands dirty. He been touching pencils and papers all day. This is disgusting. I'm kind of into it, but then I'm like really not. It's like a 20-80%. I don't want to give it no more than 20, maybe the nice 25 if I'm in the right mood for it. But this is ridiculous. I like your imagination though. You a nasty nigga, bro. I like your style though. And you know, I hate to bring this night to a close. That's a lie. I can't read no more stuff like this. This is starting to really mess with my brain. I'm starting to have weird dreams. But you know, I hate to bring our story night to a close, but this is our third and final story for the night because I can only take so much in one night. And of course it's a weird combo because why the fuck not? Today this last story is Gru and Victor from Despicable Me. I always felt the sexual tension, so to see it fulfilled like this is actually kind of satisfying to me, almost like ASMR, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, you know, not too much on the introduction. Let's just hop into the story, shall we? Follow me. Gru moaned as Victor laid on top of him, biting and sucking on his neck. Vampire style, I like that. Gru's hand explored Victor's body, finally settling on his butt, caressing the cheek softly. That's nice. That's a very sentimental touch. I like that. Victor smoothly zipped down Gru's sweater, revealing his bare chest. Fuck! Victor said before licking up and down Gru's chest. Gru showing his approval with moans running out of his mouth. Victor stopped, wait a breath, and took off his suit, leaving him in his orange boxers. Okay. Oh, you're a naughty boy, making me wait 4 years, Gru baby. Victor said, licking his lips as he unzipped Gru's boxers. Now they were both naked apart from their boxers. Okay, you could have just said they were both naked. That kind of killed the mood, and now I'm a little turned off, because why'd you say that? Gru gazed into Victor's eyes and started to rub his through his boxers. Victor's eyes widened at Gru's bold actions. He flipped over and laid in the bed, moaning at Gru's actions. How many times are you gonna say actions? We said actions like twice and two. Oh my god, the writing of this is turning me off. I'm not even in the mood no more. Victor, you're not the only one who's missed each other, Gru said, and then took off Victor's boxers. Victor's was hard and erect, the veins popping out. You might want to get that checked out, to be honest. Gru gulped and smiled at himself. Finally, I'm getting what I wanted, he thought. Then he had a small thought about Lucy and the girls. No, this is about me this time, he thought again. Not giving his feeling a second thought, he took Victor's and into his mouth and started to suck hard. Emphasis on the hard. I like that. Victor groaned loudly, gripping Gru's hair as he quickly reached his high. He in Gru's mouth and took a huge breath out, grabbed Gru by the shoulders and pinned him down onto the bed. Taking off Gru's boxers, Victor flipped Gru onto his hands and knees. Ooh, animalistic style. I like that. I like that, like how the animals be doing it. I like that. I like that. And well, you can imagine the dirty deed with your own imagination. I don't want to imagine it. That's why I'm reading. You're supposed to tell me what happened. Like, what happened? We get into animalistic style and then feed me the details. See, you just didn't want me. You didn't want me to really get into it. You didn't want me to see the fantasy. You want to give me a little taste and then say figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. That's why I'm here. You're supposed to help me. Why aren't you helping me? Time skip. Victor finally pulled out of Gru, panting as hard as Gru was. He flipped down next to Gru in the bed sheets and wrapped his arms around the laying man next to him. Kissing his shoulders softly, he said, I'm so happy I could finally do this with you, my lovely Gru. You don't know how long I've loved you. Gru chuckled and pulled Victor close. I love you too, Victor. I have for also a long time. Like you said in your somewhat threatening text, you're not alone, and I'm never leaving ever again. It was Victor's turn to chuckle, and his eyes stared too close and soon fell asleep with Gru by his side. This is the best day of my life. The man I love and the apartment I love. Finally, I can be free. The end. I love this. This was more touchy, more sentimental. It wasn't all bang, 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 bang. It was very much touchy-feely, lovey. Let's all be one with each other. This one was shorter though, to be honest. But yeah, y'all, there go your 3 stories. There you go, your 3 stories. Comment for part 3. Like for part 3. Comment and like for part 3. If I'm even feeling up to it. My mental state after reading these, gone. Complete garbage. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all just want to hear this nasty stuff all day. And that's fine, because I want to read it. But yeah, so I just about wrapped up this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all that, all that lame shit other YouTubers be saying. But yeah, so I'll see you guys the next time I decide to, read really nasty, weird, erotic fan fiction, because I have nothing better to do. But yeah, don't forget to create your own happiness, and I'll see you in the next video. She's a very freaky gal.